Hi, so this is gonna be just a chill chat and sketch with me about how I'm overcoming self-doubt and specifically the fear of not maximizing my potential as an artist. So I had been feeling a little down recently, just like a background buzz. And I was just kind of like, okay, you're there, hello. And I thought, oh, it'll go away on its own. This happens sometimes. But then I started having dreams. Dreams about teaching my mom how to paint, just me painting and me going to art class. And I was like, that's interesting. I mean, out of all the dreams, that's pretty fun. Except it's kind of like when you eat some good food in a dream and wake up to find out that it's not actually in your reality. I was having dreams of creating art that I wished was in my reality. And I think me watching some painters on YouTube was also seeping into my subconscious, possibly. Because I don't paint with acrylics these days, but in my dreams I was. And I would wake up just feeling really excited to make art and create something. But then I would go to create and just feel like blah. I didn't understand it for a while until I felt another big wave of it. Specifically after watching this video by Kelsey Rodriguez. She was painting and talking about why she makes art. And I was like, okay, like what is this? What is going on? And then I started to ask myself some shitty questions, to be honest. I was like, am I doing enough? Have I really been making art all this time? Does anything even matter if it's all tucked away in books? Does it even matter if it's not on my wall or like a finished piece in some way? And while these weren't very nice questions to ponder, it did give me some clues to where I was at, especially those last two. I realized I had been feeling a bit bad about the fact that I've been mostly drawing in sketch format, experimental, exploratory, not finished, coming up with a lot of ideas, idealizing. And I was specifically thinking that because I wasn't turning any of my ideas into quote-unquote finished pieces, that I was somehow wasting my potential as an artist. And I definitely had a moment of feeling it. I was like, ow, okay, so here it is. This is what we got going on. And then I brought myself back to remember a couple of ideas. One, you can't live life wrong, just like you can't make art wrong. This is a strong belief I have, and I love remembering this. Like, there's no way my brain can talk me out of that one most of the time. For the most part. I really don't think you can make art wrong. It's not math. It's something that has no right answer. 2, I know why I've spent the last 2 years sketching and idealizing. That was the best I could do consistently while having fun and making progress in my artistic journey. I was coming out of a majorly severe art blockage that was the result of nearly 13 years of a shitty relationship with making art, and I broke through by sketching, by making ugly art, by being highly experimental. And 3, this is where I was getting hype about my process. Preserved in my sketchbooks, I have all these ideas that weren't there before. All this evolution to grab from. Whenever I dive back into making a quote-unquote finished piece, I have so much to pull from. I have been incubating and marinating all this time. Nothing is lost. I've gained so much, actually. Not only have I repaired my relationship with making art, but I've also ended up somewhere so different than where I started 2 years ago and years before that. I have developed a new way of creating that brings me so much joy and fun and fulfillment. And when I look through these books I've completed, I feel so proud of myself for showing up, for having the guts to make ugly art, despite being in a really turbulent time in my life. And now I have so much more skill and ideas to pull from moving forward. Because for every time you pick up the pencil, pen, brush, guitar, whatever it is, you experience, you grow. Even in the tiniest, most microscopic ways, your brain and body are learning. And I think that says something about life too. These days, I find myself equating lessons I've learned in the practice of making art to lessons I'm learning in life, and the parallels keep surprising me. But I suppose that's for another video. One of these drawings I do plan to turn into a finalized piece, because I just love it so much and I want this on my wall. And I love how it came about. I do want it on a different kind of paper than lined paper. I love the charm of lined paper, but I think it would really look cool to give it its own space. And I'm gonna make a video showing, my process going from like idea to thumbnails to sketches to that finalized piece, because the process genuinely is fun for me and I feel really good about this one. But for now, it lives in my book, ready for me whenever. And that's all I have for today. Thank you for being here. See you later.